But I went on this poverty tour about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. And the last place I went was the Appalachian Mountains. And I met a guy there, 51 years old. His name was James Lowe. He was 3 years younger than me. I'm 54. And we were sitting at a table talking, and he was a little hard to understand. And he explained to me that he had been born with a cleft palate, a severe cleft palate. And he said, I never had, his whole life, it was completely fixable. He just didn't have the money or the health care to be able to fix it. Somebody finally had come along and volunteered to fix it, and now he could speak. The problem was it was fixed when he was 50 years old. He lived for 50 years in the richest nation on the planet, not able to talk because he couldn't get the medical procedure that would have allowed him to talk. Now, and I sat and I listened to him. This man was so humble and so noble about all of it, just grateful that somebody had helped him. I'm sorry, I hate to not be so humble and noble, but I didn't feel that way. I felt outraged. I mean, completely outraged. And all I could think of were these insurance companies and drug companies that have kept us from being able to provide health care to people like James Lowe. Now, one thing I can tell you for sure is that James Lowe has no lobbyist in Washington, D.C. He's got nobody there when they're writing the Medicare prescription drug bill who's lobbying on his behalf. The drug companies and insurance companies are very well represented. But this guy, who is going to speak for him? Who is going to stand up for him? Who is going to stand up for you? I mean, I'm sorry, this is outrageous what's going on in this country. It is. That we have people without health care, that we have seniors that are paying God knows what for their prescription drugs because these drug companies they're lobbyists. I know how they operate. I've seen how they operate. I mean, they're there, they're lobbying, and then at night, they're holding the receptions, right? They're funding the politicians. And by the way, we desperately need public financing of all of our political campaigns in this country to help take away the power from these people.